मेरे प्यारे दोस्तों और भाई और बहनों एवं प्यारे बच्चों, आप सबको बाली परिवार की तरफ से आज़ादी के 75वें दिवस और आज़ादी के अमृत महोत्सव की बहुत बहुत बधाई। जय हिंद, जय हिंद, जय हिंद। Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, good morning. This is your friend Annil Kumar Bali, serving you for the last almost 3 years. I've been talking on various subjects till date in my various videos uploaded on my YouTube channel, and to which you have given a very positive and supportive response. I'm very thankful to you, each and every person who has given his feedback and comments on all my channels. As it is a fact that I have superannuated, and now I believe a person of my age who's playing, not going, is forthcoming to pass on whatever he has earned mentally, academically, professionally, and even materialistically to the next generation who needs it, who requires it. Although it is a fact that present generations are highly exposed, informed, and educated, and confident than what we used to be in our times. In our times, there used to be a massive paucity of material of all kinds. Information was available, but to very selected people. And things were very difficult to be acquired. But still, we are thankful to our parents, our teachers, our peers, who made what we are today. Just keeping that in mind, I thought, let me put something what my seniors have imbibed in me for the next generations, so that their path becomes slightly easier and clearer. Because even in spite of having all the best of information system with them available at all times, at any place, time takes its own toll to come to the realities. Experience is experience. It cannot be replaced by any book, any information. Experience has to be gained only with experience. And the first and the foremost thing which comes in the life of a human being is leadership. Yes, leadership is a quotient. It is a natural phenomenon. But this can be acquired also, as this is a fact. Everybody is a leader in his or her own accord. But the leadership needs, in some cases, is needed to be brushed up. It can be acquired from various sources, like from teachers, from mentors, from guides, from coaches, from parents, from various quarters, which we cannot even imagine. Just recently, in the last 3, 4, 5 years, startups started, the girls and boys, young girls and boys started from nowhere, became unicorns. Young girls and boys in their 20s. The other day I was listening to one of the videos of Sadhguru. He was mentioning to Carnegie's incidents that he became millionaire and he was propped by American government. Because in those days, to become a millionaire used to take at least 20 to 40 years. And nowadays, it takes 20 to 40 months to become a millionaire. The number of people who became like that, Baiju, and so many other names. Baiju became $1 million company. Flipkart became $1 million company. So many others. So it is the leadership they take. Baiju was working for Emphasis. the leadership quotient pushed him to become somebody, another chief of Infosys, Mr. Murthy, like him. Now he's not as big as Infosys, but he is no less than Infosys. It is the leadership quotient. He fought with paradoxes. How can a workman, a programmer, found a company for education, EdTech, and he became a unicorn? He acquired Akash Institute, who was there for years. He acquired many other institutes like that. So friends, without paradoxes, without criticism, nothing can be refined. Even if you think that you lack leadership, I can guarantee you, start working on it now onwards. In less than 100 days and less than 500 hours put on it, you will be a star in your own account. People will start looking up to you. You have to work hard for that. Hard work is also a phenomenon. It's also a method. If hard work is put in properly, results are guaranteed. I'll try to make another series on hard work sometime. But again, leadership is required for that. Leadership has got some basic ingredients. So, keeping that in mind, I'm trying to come up with this series discussing few points as paradox of leadership. I hope you will like it. As we are Indians and our mother tongue is Hindi, I'll also be making this series in Hindi for the people, for the students, for the generation who doesn't have access or control over English as their main language. These two series will be broadcasted on my YouTube channel simultaneously. As this topic is not a small topic, it can be discussed at any length. We can talk it over for hours, maybe for days, because leadership quotient, the leadership traits, the paradoxes of leadership vary from person to person, place to place, project to project, system to system. Anything and everything cannot be covered in one series, but still, I'm trying to cover at least 8 to 10 points in this series. But again, it is a fact that knowledge is endless, experience is endless. I have learned, I'm still learning. I believe in continuous learning from the people at any place, at any time, of any cadre, of any age group. I would request you people to come up with your valuable and valid suggestions in response to this series when you see and listen to it. I'm not complete. I've yet to learn a lot. You people are God gifted. You have or you must be having much better ideas than what I have, what I am going to present, what I have taught. So it is a kind of unison between you and me. It is a reaction, continuous reaction. I got it from somebody, passing it on to you, maybe complete or incomplete for you, maybe good or not good for you. But fact is this is called experience. This is called knowledge augmentation. Leadership is a trait of personality of a person to run his life. I'm sure you agree with me that everyone is a leader in his own or her accord. A mother is a leader for a child, a father is a leader for a son or a daughter. We are leaders at every stage of our life. The only thing is, how do we handle it? How do we connect it? How do we create it? For all these things, very small personality traits are required, which I will be discussing in my forthcoming episodes. As I said, this is not a small topic, it's a very deep and big topic. I will try to keep it as precise as possible. But again, I believe what information I've collected from various sources available to me and written down on paper, I think it is going to be at least 2 hours plus if discussed at length in one go. It will be a long thing for anybody in today's time. I will try to keep it as small as possible. But please try to appreciate the gravity of the subject, the right time to be given to every point, the right note to be given to every word. We have to make your minds or our minds resonate with the subject. and vibrate it, create a vibration in our body. We should be able to vibrate our soul to bring out leadership. You are already a leader. I started my career at the age of just 16. That's a long story, we'll discuss it sometime else. But 16 to 63 is almost 47 years. I started from scratch. I'm very thankful to the God, to my peers, to my teachers, to every person who has held my hand at every stage of life and imbibed a direct input of leadership, bringing out the best out of me. I think I got it and I want to pass it on to you people. It may not be as good as you think. We can talk as much as possible, but I would like to conclude the introduction part of this series, Paradox of Leadership, to discuss all these 10 points. Till then, goodbye, have a good time and enjoy. Please do not forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Namaskar. See you in the first episode of Paradox of Leadership tomorrow. Bye. You, me, or anybody starts with leadership, we have to put ourselves like this, with the mind, body, and soul directed, attentive, opened up. And the first question comes from the other side is, do you get the leadership? Isn't it challenging? Do you get the leadership? You must be shocked what I said. Ask yourself, where the peers and subordinates would be hard pressed to put a price tag on all of them as the bar. If you are able to balance it with those 5 facts, the moment you're listening, you must have been made what you are today by somebody. Recall that person, remember that person. Bring complete respect to yourself. Put yourself in the shoes of your team members. After becoming leader, still you have to put yourself into the shoes of your team members and think like. Hello friends. Namaskar. Pranam. Sat Sri Akal. Adab. Good morning. I'm really thankful to the people who have spared their time out of their very busy schedule to watch my introduction or curtain raiser episode of this series. Fabulous comments. I really like it. I'll be discussing these comments after third episode. Let it build up. Because curtain raiser or introduction is connected to the entire series. But after you have seen at least 3 episodes and listened to 4 plus points of these 10 points, you will be able to arrive at a better resonance in your mind. What we wrote in my introductory episode of the curtain raiser, the first one, episode, second episode, and third episode, things will mature up. And I would like to get it mature up. Be patient. Me, myself, and you also. Okay, let us start with our series, Paradox of Leadership. Episode 1.1. We'll be discussing in this episode 1 point or maximum 2 points. Depends upon the time. Because once we start talking on various aspects of a subject, it might go long. But I think an academic or training session in a video cannot be less than 15 minutes. It should be 15 minutes to build up the connectivity with the subject. If it is 1 or 2 minutes, everything is lost. It's not like a song which is there for 2, 3 or 4 minutes. It's academics. The person watching the video, listening to the speaker, has to connect himself or herself with his wordings, with his expressions. Various files gets opened up into the mind. When we see a video, listen to the speaker, understand the words and resonance between the lines he or she is talking. Because the speaker is also a learner. That speaker has learned somewhere, acquired some information, derived some data to be presented to his audience. So, we're going to start with our subject, paradox of leadership. We could have started with leadership traits also, but starting the other way around is always more inquisitive. Paradox word in itself seems to be a contradictory position in its presence. But when investigated deeply, it proves to be well-founded and true. Am I right? Are you with me? Paradox. Let's say one time, paradox. This word has got its own charisma. Paradox. Sounds big. In Hindi, we can call it virodhabhas, a contradiction. This challenges the virtues of leadership. From man to man, place to place, person to person, project to project, subject to subject, mission to mission. In fact, the moment you, me, or anybody starts with the leadership, we have to put ourselves like this, with the mind, body, and soul connected, attentive, opened up. And the first question comes from the other side is, do you get the leadership? Isn't it challenging? Do you get the leadership? You must be shocked what I said. Ask yourself, even if you are a small child of elementary school, middle school, senior school, college, or a working professional, you must be leading maybe one person, maybe 2 person, maybe number of people, maybe full project, maybe a full company, maybe a whole residential society, maybe an institution, maybe an entire city, maybe entire state, or maybe entire nation. But things change at every level. Somewhere it will be virtue, somewhere it will be paradox. So here we have to discuss, do you get leadership We have to understand this. 4 words. Do you get leadership? I've repeated it for 4 times. Say it to yourself. Then you will realize the fact. On the basis of your experience, being a leader or trying to be a leader. To be an iconic leader in your career, you don't have to be a supercomputer. But on the other hand, you should be an informed, formally or informally educated, trained and exposed person or professional. Besides this, at the outset, first you should be a human being. Human being, animals are also leaders, but they are different. They have got different gravity of that leadership. That is only for eat, reproduce, and kill. That's survival. But being human, you can do that. Some people might be doing it, but 99.99999% people don't do it, cannot do it. If they do it, they are subjected to various kind of problems. So first you have to be a human being with few very established factors. Number 1, intelligence. Number 2, strategy. Number 3, creativity. Number 4, courage. And number 5, a heart with full of feelings of leadership. These 5 factors are empirical to be a true leader. Without this, you cannot be a leader. Because when you're a leader, you're leading somebody, you're leading a team, you're leading a group, you lead a team of prospective leaders into that group, to the generations to come in times. Basic responsibility of leaders to make new leaders. If he is a true leader, only then he can create leaders. Otherwise, he cannot create leaders. People will not follow him to be leaders. If you look back, right from our school, from nursery to the final, maybe bachelor's, master's, or doctorates, at every level we had teachers who led us to pass through various levels of education. And very few are sitting here. Remember, when we think of it, we go like this. Automatically, our head goes down with respect. How? How come? Why? Why not all of them? They were the same, having the same status, maybe same academic background, maybe same physical personality, maybe similar kind of authenticity in their talks and voice and delivery. But not everybody is sitting here who makes us to go like this. With respect. This is what I say. Did you or do you get leadership? Those people got leadership. And they passed on it to us and made what we are today. this package of 5 facts of life of a human being, if imbibed, brushed, and enlightened, would certainly get you leadership. It is automatic. It cannot be overlooked. It cannot be missed. While in the process of your team management, working on various projects of your company, of your school, of your college, of your institute, of your place of living, or anywhere, in the present day of digital world, you're subjected to huge data statistics and submatrix to tax a supercomputer. Innumerable number of sources where from data flows in. At times we feel our brain, which is a natural supercomputer, is fed up, it's tired, off. In that event, you would not be able to measure these character strengths. Inflow of data. He did that, it happened, that happened, how it happened, why it happened, it should not have happened. How will you justify it with the 5 factors of being a human being? As mentioned earlier. Where the peers and subordinates will be hard pressed to put a price tag on all of them as regard. If you are able to balance it with those 5 facts, handling of data statistics, like a supercomputer. It reminds me of the TV series, Tipu Sultan. I think it was almost 30 years back. I don't know whether it was a fact or not, but the producer showed it like that. That when Tipu Sultan took over the throne, he called for parade of his generals, his darbaris, his ministers in a line of more than 20 plus people. He started asking from one person his name and every detail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last. And everybody was happy that whatever he has asked has been answered properly. But again, to show his leadership quotient, to show his might, the director of that series showed that he started from the first one again, repeated his name, the entire detail what he has given to Tipu Sultan, and cross-verified it. By the time he reached 5th or 6th, everybody was dumbstruck. What kind of intelligence? What kind of clarity? What kind of absorption Tipu Sultan has? We could see the faces, the expressions on the television series. This is what I'm talking. First of all, you have to be a human being. Even dog reciprocates if you become his leader. Any pet, may it be dog or any pet, reciprocates the way you want. So, point is, do you get leadership? So, once you start handling the pressures of leadership quotient, Peers and subordinates would be hard pressed to put a price tag on all of them as reward. Who do you want to be a leader? First of all, respect. That's the reward. Respect is the first price tag. Rest all follows. Money follows, material follows, facility follows, promotions follows. First is respect. When anything and everything gained and acquired with respect involves peace. Respect and peace involve growth with a positive affirmation. So, during your professional journey of reaching the heights of becoming super leader or a true leader or a CEO of a company or managing director of a company or president of a company or a minister or a prime minister or a president for which you have worked hard till the day you are going to realize that you are a leader. You would have worked with various great leaders in their own part in professional and business life. You would have made you what you are. They are the masters, they are the mentors, they are the coaches. Never forget them. So you have to look back always. And when you come back, you have to bow them with respect. It may be a nursery teacher. It may be a teacher in grade 5, grade 10, grade 12, or in college, or in masters. It reminds me of a real life story of my own family. When my son did his bachelor's from India, we sent him to do masters from UK, to Northumbria University. To his surprise, after 25 days, he called. He says, "Dad, we never studied properly in India. And people didn't teach us properly in India. Or we might not have been able to acquire or understand our teachings properly in India. But we are made to study properly here in Northumbria University. Now I understand what is academics. Teachers are real teachers. Guides are real guides. If at 2:30 at night, if I am subjected to a confusion, I'm free to call on my teacher, my mentor, my professor. The moment they call, he or she picks up the phone and she says, "How can I help you?" See, imagine the leadership at the heart that person is having. When a student calls, he says, "How can I help you?" If it is not in their heart, they will say, "Who are you? Why are you disturbing?" It happens. It happened in our life. I have seen it. You must be seeing here also. So everybody is a leader, but cannot be a leader or a true leader. A teacher is a leader, but again, how many? So the day we are talking, the day you are listening, the moment you are listening, you must have been made what you are today by somebody. Recall that person, remember that person. Bring complete respect to yourself for that person. You will see God in front of you. G-O-D, generator, operator, destroyer. Destroyer is very important as generators are important. Generator and operator work on the basis of destroyer. If operator cannot work till nth time, there is a limit to everything. That's also a leadership part. The understanding. Where, when, how much, for what, and finish. But still there is a long way to go. In the last breath, not only physically, professionally, we are working hard on leadership in our life. Not only personally. Personally is hardly 20%. If you are a good human being, you don't require anybody to lead you. But even if you are required to lead, it's hardly 20% of the life. Rest 60 to 80% is professional leadership. And again, to be a good professional leadership personality, you have to have a blend of many attributes and actions that are paradoxical. Because your success would be anchored, how would you manage these paradoxes? Because raw material from one person is scrap for other person, scrap of one person is raw material of other person. These are the paradoxes. Now, after talking for almost 20 plus minutes as a preface to my series of 10 points, if we talk and think about these paradoxes to get the best of your team, whom we are going to lead, now let us start with point number one. Point number one says, always be there for your team members, not one of them. Isn't it paradoxical? I'm saying always be there for your team members, but not one of them. Once you become a leader, you are subjected to a protocol. Some people might call it arrogance, high-headedness. Once you wear a uniform, you have to respect the basic protocol of that uniform. So, if you want to handle this paradox, being there with the team members, not being one of them, put yourself in the shoes of your team members. After becoming a leader, still you have to put yourself into the shoes of your team members and think like them, because you are one of them. Don't get carried away with the uniform, the status, the position, the designation. If you go with that only, you will be missing something in leadership. That is why it is said, be there but not be one of them. Put yourself into their shoes and start understanding, realizing. This would inform your empathy in your decisions. Because you'll be leading a number of people in one go, number of mentalities, number of brains, number of understandings, number of people who have got different understandings of one particular word or subject at one point of time. This is called management. Leadership is a pure form of management. The management word itself speaks what it is. Man age and men. When you are handling men or men of different ages and different mentalities at one point on one subject at one place for one cause, that is called management. And leadership is a refined form of management. When you put yourself into the shoes of your team members and think like them because you are one of them, this will inform your empathy in your decisions. You'll be able to understand different people with different thinkings, with different age groups, with different understandings at one point of time, for one project, for one cause, for one result. In this way, you will become an integral part of the team, establishing the fact that I'm not only a player, I'm not only an executive, I'm not only a worker, I'm not only a follower, but the leader. To achieve this, you should be approachable and affable, being relevant to your teammates, yet respect their space. You should be their greatest advocate. They need your advice at times. They need your support at all times. If they don't need your advice and support, you're not a leader. They're leader in themselves. They don't want you. They don't need you. But often, the toughest critic also. If you are in a position to advise somebody, you should be able to retract in your mind what you have given him as advice, what are the bases, on the basis of his own personality, his own identity, his experience, his knowledge, his intellect, his understanding. If needed, on his reaction to your advice, you should be in a position to be the toughest critic to get the best respect and response. The moment you give an advice and you are not there to go for being a critic to it, nobody will give you respect. कहीं से पढ़ के दे दिया हो. He must have copied and given it to us, but he does not have the other side of this aspect. So, another way I say, you should behave like a general, the commander-in-chief, but still never see yourself above anyone else. Grounded. Grounded, humility, humbleness, the heart full of feeling of leadership. All the four other points, the factors, the strengths are based on that. If you don't have that strength, all four are useless. You should have the attitude, because of this kind of an attitude of yours, your teammates working for you on any project, any place, any mission, would love to give their best, as you would be striking an enormous balance in handling their mind, body, and soul. Always keep it in mind that too much of separation and distance, which is another aspect of team management, leadership. You have to be there at all times, as said in the beginning. Always keep it in mind that too much of separation and distance would be out of touch. Also, too much of trying to be one of the guys, you will be compromising your credibility. Balance. You are there, but you are not there as they are. You are there as a leader, as a mentor, as a coach, as a guide. So, I think this takes care of the point number one. Always be there with your teammates, but not as one of them. Here we conclude our first episode. I think whatever I tried to say must be prudent and connected to the topic. If not, give your true and open feedback. I'm learning. As I say, I'm an avid learner and humble student. You people are much more intelligent than I am. Make me better what I am today. I will be thankful to you. Let's meet in episode 2 with point number 2 and onwards. Till then, goodbye. Have a good time. Stay blessed. Pranam. As said in the preface, courage is one of the 5 elements for a true human being. As a leader, comes here in point number 2. Without courage, if you're not courageous, you cannot handle, you will not be able to handle even one person, what to talk of 2 or more, or 10 or more, or 20 or more. The actual problem arises when you as a leader confuses himself being tough with being mean. Because if you are overlooking discipline, if you are overlooking focus, you might be subject to a situation where you might become brash. Hello friends, good morning, namaskar, pranam, sat sri akal, adab. I'm here with the second episode of my series, The Paradoxes of Leadership. In our first episode, we covered point number 1. It says, always be there for your teammates, but never be one of them. Very right. On the basis of point number 1, the point number 2 has been established. It has been founded on the basis of the foundation laid by point number 1. Point number 2 says, at times be tough, but not mean. Now if we relate these words, this heading, and connect it with point number 1. Point number 1 can be achieved on the basis of this fact. You have to be tough at times, but not mean. Result. Expectations of big result. Big expectations of best result. Tough discipline. Focused execution. These are the 3 factors which ensure the success of any mission, any project, any game. If you wish to create a continuous success with full force, without all these 3 facts, Big expectations of best results, tough discipline, and focused execution. Imagine, can you handle a project as a leader, overlooking these three things? Expectations to get the best result, no discipline, no focused execution. You will say, what is this? Just repeat these words on your own. The project led by you, without expecting the good results, without having any tough discipline amongst you and your team, and without any focused execution plan, can you achieve a success? Here, your team member, if you do it, if you start doing it like this, if you are a true leader, mature leader, you can think of it. And here your team members will test you as a true leader. They will start testing your limitations. They will start testing your control. They will start testing your imagination. They will start testing your forecasting capacity, capability. In this process, they will evaluate how strong you are as a manager or a leader before they wholeheartedly give their best and themselves to the vision and mission you set for them. To do this, to get this, to fathom this, your team member would like to know about you. Number one, do you have the courage to make decisions that are best for the team and the project, the mission, the game? As said in the preface, courage is one of the 5 elements for a true human being. As a leader, comes here in point number 2. Without courage, if you're not courageous, you cannot handle, you will not be able to handle even one person, what to talk of 2 or more, or 10 or more, or 20 or more. Courage is very important. And courage entails various stages, various other elements. And number 2, in this process, they would like to know, can you stand up to the teammates who are not living the culture? Because you have overlooked or given up the discipline, the tough discipline, the focused execution. Maybe the case, the basic culture of project, mission, of the game is gone. You're not living. In that process, how would you handle? Isn't it confusing? You want to know how a leader would handle a project without assigning or defining the results and fixing the expectations from the teammates, overlooking the discipline and giving away the focus of implementation of anything and everything. As a leader, things become paradoxical. Your leadership is challenged. The teammates are not leaders, they are your followers. They look up to you. And if you are not subjecting these conditions, these prerequisites, they would like to be sure to keep you as a leader. Once discipline is gone, focus is gone, culture is finished. Culture is finished. Culture's basic pillars are discipline and focus. Without discipline, nothing sustains, nothing lives. Without focus, nothing can be done, nothing can be made. So they would test you. They are supposed to test you. Last but not the least, we would like to know, are you a stalwart in looking out for the best for the vision, mission, and the team on the whole? Without expectations, without discipline, without focus, how will you look for the best for the vision of the project, the mission of the project, and the team working on the project? If you cannot, you are not supposed to be leaders. And you think now point number 2 has become a paradox? You have to work back. You have to re-engineer it. In this process, the actual problem arises when you as a leader confuses himself being tough with being mean, confuses himself being tough, being mean. You should not be dominating control or brash. Because if you are overlooking discipline, if you are overlooking focus, you might be subjected to a situation where you might become brash. But on the other hand, as a true leader, leading a number of people, a number of teams under you, in your company, in your institute, in your game, in your place of project, never force yourself on the next level team leaders or the teammates, because you've created a situation which they never expected. Moreover, as a true super leader, you should never lean on the power of title or pedigree. Be with them, but not one of them. Tough, but not mean. So, to achieve this, you should never lean on the power of title or pedigree. Yet, you should be very much in charge of the entire group of various teams of people working under you, following you, going as per your plan, going as per your instruction, all to be done this in a way simultaneously ensuring the best results. Without expectations, without tough discipline, and without focus implementation. So you have to be tough, but not mean. If you are tough and mean, everything is gone. So point number 1 is founded on the basis of point number 2. Point number 2 is evolved on the basis of point number 1. They're all interconnected. And other points will also be interconnected. No doubt in it. We're talking them as paradoxes. Other person on the other side may be taking it as a virtues. Strengths. On this point, I would expect you to talk, you to write, you to deliver your views to me in the comment box. You can write to me straight on my WhatsApp also. 9711994599. Feel free anytime. Maybe 2:30 at night. Try it. I've learned it from my son and his teachers. I have to be a teacher. I have to teach myself first. I'm trying to what? I would like to be tested. Do it. You're free to do it. I'm inviting you. Now let's go to point number 3. This episode has become slightly longer. But it's concluded here. Please give your feedbacks, comments as soon as possible. I'm concluding this part here on and now. Let's meet in the third episode with point number 3 and on. Till then, goodbye. Thank you very much for watching and listening to what I'm saying. I have yet to learn a lot. Please help me. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Stay blessed. To be in control and let it go also. कैसे होगा? How? This is where we have to discuss. If you look back at the 2 points, always be with your teammates and never be one of them. At times be tough, but not mean. How will you let them go? When you create another team's level 1, level 2, level 3. Delegate the responsibilities. Give you freedom to think further. A day ahead, a week ahead, a month ahead, a year ahead. In this way, you will be connected to the first and second level team leaders. And they will feel more engaged. They will feel more respected. They will feel more regarded. But a person with slightest intelligence, rationalism, creativity, courage, a good heart, and feeling of leadership will say, no, he is not the boss. He has yet to be something to be the boss. You have to give 100 full years to it. 100 full years to it. 365 into 100 is how much? 36,500 plus days. That too multiplied by 24 hours, not 12 or 8 hours. Imagine how many lives. Hello friends. Namaskar. Pranam. Sat Sri Akal. Adab. Good morning. I'm here again with you with the third episode of my series, The Paradoxes of Leadership. Today, I'm going to discuss in this episode point number 3, maybe point number 4 also, but if time permits, I would not like to extend the video more than 15 minutes. Let me see where do we reach. Please bear with me and be connected with me in this episode. Friends, I would like you to be attentive in all my episodes of the series. And to do that, I would request you to keep a pen and paper ready, or maybe your iPads with writing pen on it, because we are humans. As a human being, we are subjected to various kind of stresses and tensions all the times. Whether we are watching something, listening something, working on something, even eating, even sleeping, we are stressed with some dreams. So a normal human being, including me, is able to remember only between 10 to 30% of what we have heard, what we have seen. When we start writing, maybe the major bullet points of what we have heard and seen, it helps us to recollect the entire content of what we have seen or heard. If you are really interested to learn on the leadership, the subject, where the paradoxes, the critical analysis of leadership personality, you must write the points. Nothing can substitute writing. Well read and written is well established. If you read and don't write, make notes, it will be difficult for you to write exams. It's a life phenomenon. So I would request you to keep a pen or paper on your iPad or any notebook ready to write the points. It will help you to revise the things and give your best comments of any kind, may be positive or critical or supportive. So do it now. I'm here back again with my third episode of Paradoxes of Leadership to be served to you. The third part, the third point of the list of paradoxes says, always be in control. But let go also. Don't you think that it is paradoxical in its own linguistic nature? You're asking to be in control and let it go also. Kaise hoga? How? This is where we have to discuss. If we look back at the 2 points, always be with your teammates and never be one of them. At times be tough, but not mean. If you're able to do that, the third point is possible. It is founded on the basis of those 2 points. If you're with the teammates and not one of them, projecting yourself as a true leader with all the best of abilities, handling the project without expectations, with tough discipline and full focus, only then you will be able to control it and let it go on. Are you getting what I'm saying? Look back. Point number 1, point number 2, and point number 3 now. On the basis of this, I can say the beauty of being a master leader, you should be in control without controlling anything and everything. How it sounds. You're controlling, you're handling, you're managing, you're overseeing, you're coaching, you're guiding, without controlling anything. Everybody is free to do whatever he wants on the basis of his wish, will, and strength and choice, without any discipline, without any focus. Isn't it intriguing? ये कैसे हो सकता है? How is this possible? Here comes the delegation. The delegation of authority. Segmentation. Clustering. Making first level, second level teams. And delegating the authority. Delegating the control would render better results. The delegation would render better results. This would give you more freedom to think further, where your teammates have stopped thinking, stopped assuming, stopped worrying. To start from there. You can do it only when you are there with them as leader but not as one of them. You're there with full toughness, but without any meanness. You're there with your people, the teammates, being in control of them, but let them go also. How will you let them go? When you create another team's level 1, level 2, level 3, delegate the responsibilities, give you freedom to think further. A day ahead, a week ahead, a month ahead, a year ahead. In this way, you'll be connected to the first and second level team leaders. And they will feel more engaged. They will feel more respected. They will feel more regarded. They will start instituting disciplines by themselves. They will start focusing by themselves. They will stop evaluating you. They will stop measuring you. They will stop testing your limitations because you have engaged them. You're delegating the responsibility. And things will start working on its own without expectations, without any tough discipline, without any tough focus on implementation on your part. You're given it to the next level, or the next level, or the next level. You've made leaders in the process to enshrine your leadership. You passed on your power to them, enshrined them. Now they are giving you power. They are giving you light. You gave them power. They are supplying back you power. You'll see that. This will put team members who are already good at those things in charge of those things. Automatic evolution, automatic finding, automatic search is done. The people who are good at what? They will become in charge of those things, what they are good at, by themselves. Automatic implementation of things with full focus. Automatic discipline. Without any problem. No expectations required. Results defined. Results derived. You will find it paradoxical. But in this way, you will actually gain more control by relinquishing the control. When you relinquish the control, it will give you control. The moment you say, I'm the boss, an incompetent will say that, yes, he is the boss. But a person with slightest intelligence, rationalism, creativity, courage, a good heart, and feeling of leadership will say, no, he is not the boss. He has yet to be something to be the boss. I will not take him as my boss. He may not utter these words, but he will put this into his mind. So you have to relinquish to get it back. If you say, I'm small, people will say, it is your goodness. You are saying small. You're not small. So you have to relinquish to get it back. Be in control, but let it go. It sounds paradoxical, but this is the base of success of any mission or vision or project. But again, I can talk on this for any length. But again, I'm requesting you to Give your inputs. Listen to this more than one time. Write down, understand, and evolve a talk for yourself. Talk it out. Record it and send it to me. Write it and send it to me. Let us start exchanging. Me being the students, you being the teacher. Me being the follower, you being the supervisor. I would love to. One life is not enough to learn everything. Not even one particular aspect of life can be learned fully in one life. It reminds me of a saying by a great scholar and saint, Kabir Das. हम तो जन्म जन्म से ये. We are saints. He said, I am saint from lives together. It's not this life that he said I have become a saint. It has been past so many lives. "60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, or 100 years of age. We hardly work for 5 to 10% of our lifespan. This is mathematics. I'll come back with this mathematics in some other series on some other time. Facts and figures. If you want to be a perfect person, perfect leader, perfect professional, even perfect human being, you have to give 100 full years to it. 100 full years to it. 365 into 100 is how much? 36,500 plus days. That too multiplied by 24 hours, not 12 or 8 hours. Imagine how many lives if you live for 100 years each life. That's why some people in our history have said, man, to be like that person, you have to take 7 births. I say you have to take 10 plus births. I read a novel almost 35 years back, written by a British writer, British author, Life After Death. That also said, be in control but let it go. Always be there, not one of them. At times be tough, but not me. If you find on the internet a small book, Love After Death, that's a story of a doctor and his wife. That author wrote very nicely what that doctor felt after death. He detailed it to his wife and his friend on various personal interactions between all three of them. Leadership is displayed and projected when we are embodied as a human being. But it is taught, nurtured, and built somewhere else over there. Refined and brushed up here by our teachers, mentors, coaches, and guides and parents. So again, I'm requesting you to listen to this episode more than 2 times. Write down your own episode on this point. Talk it and record it and send it to me. Let us start working. We'll enjoy it. Okay? Let's move to the next point in next episode. Till then, goodbye. Namaskar. Pranam. friends. Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Good morning. I'm back again here with my episode number 4 and point number 4 of the series Paradoxes of Leadership. Friends, you must have seen and listened to all the 3 episodes, the 3 points, which are well founded to support each other. And this point number 4 is a very, very important point. And it is being founded on the basis of all the 3 previous episodes. If a person does not have all the 3 previous strengths, has not been able to understand all the 3 previous discussed points, that is, be with your teammates and never be one of them. Be tough at times and not mean. And the third one, always be in control. Let it go. When we are perfectly, I'm using the word perfectly, able to handle all those 3 elements, only then we'll be able to handle this 4th element, which is very important. And it is always there with every leader, with every project, with every mission, with every kind of game. Point number 4 says, always be constrained, but not limited. Again, you will say, these 2 things are paradoxical, contradictory. If you are constrained, how can you refrain from being limited? The constraint itself says limit, 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 control, control. Yes, but you have to manage it. As a leader, as a winner, you know, whenever anybody determines to do something, that message goes up. That message goes up somewhere in the 7th, 8th, 9th, or 10th sky. Piercing all those skies, the problems starts falling down in the form of constraints. Because we are human beings, we are subjected to constraints. Other living beings are also subjected to constraints, but generally we don't know. We don't try to know. We have to run our lives. We have to manage our lives. We have to manage our families. We have to manage our affairs. So we have to fight with our constraints. Once those constraints starts falling down in shape of man, material, method, machinery, money, infrastructure, loyalty of people, availability of things, generally people lose the control. And the missions, projects, gains are flopped, failed. But as a winner, when you are leading a company, a team, a game, an institute, an organization, you should see constraints as an opportunity. Because when you are going to win over a constraint, not limiting yourself, submitting to the constraint, the real leadership will be projected. The real talent will be projected. In availability in abundance, anybody can achieve, anybody can perform, anybody can manage. But crisis management is the only management. Rest all is routine. And crises come when there are constraints. And in constraints, you have to be unlimited to manage, make the ends meet together. Paucity of material, paucity of workforce, paucity of time, paucity of methods, systems, availability of necessary things should not kill your vision, your mission. When you are able to convert these constraints into an opportunity, your creativity element, your intelligence element, your courage starts working. Then you draw more from less. Less material, less money, less time, less systems, less of men. That way you can enlighten the entire team by drawing more from less. Whereas in most of the cases, for CEOs or true leaders, or managers or presidents or project in charge of any group or company or institution or school or college or anywhere, they're subjected to constraints. They go down. They lose hope. They find it difficult to manage. And they're gone. They're forgotten. They're removed. But when a person is ready, willing, and able to draw more from less, I'm repeating this line, draw more from less, that professional strength of leadership is always accounted for. When the person in constraint consider it as a challenge to see what he can do with what he has or have or had. Under such circumstances, it is evidently observed and felt that the teammates generally exceeds the team lead's expectations. They give their best. They forget the time. They forget the pain. They forget the stress. Whether it is working through the pain, pushing through self-imposed psychological constraints, or bouncing back. And the forecaster or the prognosticator or the overseer or the watchman says it's over, this project is flopped, this cannot be done. They don't have money, they don't have material, they don't have men, they don't have system. They're gone. He reports, but to the surprise of everyone. They are winners. They have done it. This happens when the true leader, under constraints, does not limit himself. He does not lose his patience. At that point of time, the leadership quotient of that particular leader in charge, master, referee, coach, guide, mentor, professor, observer, make himself to draw more from less, converting a constraint into an opportunity to be more creative with courage, intelligence, and patience. This will happen. Again, I'm repeating, only when the leader has learned to be with his team, not being one of them, has learned to be tough but not mean, has learned to control everything but letting the things go also. Only then constraints can be managed and converted into an opportunity. Then the leader is given his due credit, due appreciation, not only by his superiors but by his subordinates and teammates also. They will ensure him that they are with him for any number of projects, any number of times. Although more than 40% of them are in themselves leaders, but they will serve that leader till the time he wants. So friends, whenever you are facing with a constraint in any aspect of life, maybe at home, maybe at work, maybe at school, maybe at college, maybe at office, don't get bucked up. Don't limit yourself. Try to find the ways and means to surmount that constraint, to negate that constraint, to neutralize that constraint, and convert it into an opportunity. We can talk as much as we want on this subject, on this point. But again, time is the limitation for every episode. So I throw the ball on the other side to you to speak on this subject by evolving your own thoughts, writing them down, and creating a particular episode on this point and sending it back to me. Share it with your friends, relatives, peers, colleagues, and be a leader of your own type in your own accord. By the time we reach point number 10, I would like at least 10 leaders after watching this series. Believe me, at the age of 63, these 10 points have jolted me. बात वही आती है, सरताज सुर मिल जाता है सब स्वर को तो हिट गीत बन जाता है. When the right notes combined with the lyrics create a hit song. That's it. I'm learning. I've learned. Still have to learn. You can be my guides, my teachers. Refresh my abilities. Brush up my abilities. Refine my knowledge. I look forward to it. Give your comments. Please record your videos. Send it to me. Let us evolve something good between us. Create your own video channel, YouTube channel. Post it. I was telling the other day, I met a person in a marriage. He graduated from a university, did his master's in engineering. I just told him, open a blog. Write a blog, one every day, maybe 10 lines. Within 365 days, you will have 3,650 lines wrote. आसमान में घंटी लग जाएगी. A bell will be hung in the sky, ringing your name. You find it difficult. You say, I'm constrained, I cannot write. Don't write. Just speak and post. Just speak and post. One day you will start writing. Don't limit yourself. Be unlimited. Be a good leader. Leaders are required everywhere, every time, at all times, in every aspect of life, may it be personal, social, or professional. Nothing like that. Today you are a small leader, tomorrow you are a big leader. How does it make a difference if you are leading 1 person or 10 person or 100 persons? You have to grow over various lives. The moment we start doing something, we are subjected to tests. As I said, the message goes up, somewhere there, tests fall, constraints fall, problems fall. So at this point, it's very empirical for the success of a true leader. Now we graduate to the next point number 5 in our next episode, as this episode has almost lost 15 minutes. That point number 5 is very important. Just by chances between 10 points, 5 this side or 4 this side and 1 between, the pivot. It's a pivoting point. Please read, understand, and try to search material on that point. Always be a servant, never be a king. That is the crux of life. You are rich or poor, you are small or big, you are educated or uneducated. If you are treating yourself as a servant, not a pushover, nobody can stop you from becoming a leader in every aspect of life. We will discuss this point in our next episode tomorrow. Till then, I expect you to come back to me with your feedbacks, comments, and videos. Till then, bye-bye. Thank you very much. Pranam. Hello friends, Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, good morning. We have completed 4 episodes and 4 points of the series, The Paradoxes of Leadership. And in those 4 episodes, we have been able to discuss very, very empirical points. Without those points, further 6 points cannot be wanted. You must have realized by now, even if you are a leader, even if you are a celebrated leader, even if you are an established leader, even if you are a strong leader, that you must be lacking somewhere. It is a fact. Nobody is perfect. Even if a person who is leading a team of hundreds of people, making lakhs of rupees a month or even a day, he must be finding himself stuck somewhere. Just by virtue of luck or destiny, he must be going on. But actually speaking, if somebody has seen and listened to his favorite episodes of the series, if he is honest, he will find himself stuck somewhere. Because these are very fine points. These are, I would say, macro level points, which are generally overlooked, generally missed. Knowingly or unknowingly, advertently or inadvertently, we miss them and invite unnecessary, unwanted stress and strain, which turns into ugly struggle. When stress is faced with an ugly face of stress, I call it struggle. Stress in an ugly shape is struggle. So, if we look deep and more finer, we'll find that all these 4 points are contributing to our happiness. They are the basis of our peace. They are the basis of our respect. And all these 4 points are the basis of point number 5. Just to reiterate, I would like to recall point number 1, always be with the team members, but not be one of them. Be tough at times, but not mean. Be under control always, but let it go. The last point, always face the constraints, but never limit yourself. When we can perfectly, I'm using the word perfectly, handle and use these 4 strengths, this 5th strength of ours automatically is detailed. And the 5th point says, always be a servant, not a pushover. Contradictory, paradoxical. That is what we are discussing. Service, servant. Service, servant are complementary to each other. Servant yields to the system of service, and service yields to the system of being servant. Sounds theoretical, but practically looking at it, the whole world revolves around this. The moment we stop being a servant, we become pushover. When life comes to a standstill, the method goes fail, the systems get defunct, the project is halted, the team goes haywire, the methodology fails. Service is the most empirical part of any process, any team, any project, any mission, any vision. Yes, without service factor, you cannot visualize. At first, you have to serve yourself to the cause of being successful, cause of being peaceful, cause of being respectful. So, I repeat, always be servant, not a pushover. The moment you become a pushover, you are pushed off. People stop looking at you. People stop talking about you. People stop even talking to you. People stop listening to you. People stop reading you. Nobody wants a pushover. Everybody wants a leader, a mentor, a guide, a coach, a parent, a friend, a peer, even a boss who is positive. So, as a true leader of any team, any group, any institution, any place, any company, the only reason to be in leadership is because you have a desire to serve. When you have a desire to serve, you do some very radical things, like to right a wrong. Because when you are a leader, most of the people think that you are wrong. They are right. Because they're subjected to some kind of inconvenience, some kind of hardship, some kind of, for them, impractical situation. Even for your superiors, sometimes they call it wrong when you say, I can do it, I can get it, I can make it can be done, it is possible. This is wrong. It cannot be done. We have not seen it happening. That person failed, that person failed, that person failed, that person failed. How will you be successful? You are wrong. That is where the service factor comes. You have to serve yourself first. Be convinced of the fact that you can do it. For that, you have to enrich the condition, the circumstances, the parameters, the layouts. When somebody says it cannot be done, it is wrong, to make it right, you have to evolve a methodology, evolve a dialogue, evolve a system, write down something which was not written till date. Because there are, I believe, two kinds of people. One who go by the book, two who write the book, and above all these two is the third one who rewrites the book. You have to be the third one to rewrite the book. Because once people who have gone by the book, they might have got success. One people who wrote the book on the basis of what somebody got success. But now both of them are of the opinion, common opinion, it cannot happen. So you have to rewrite the book, you have to rewrite the method, you have to re-evolve the system, you have to represent the facts, you have to reorganize the team. So that is to enrich the condition. Third one says to draw the best out of others to make system to work better. When you are able to identify and you are identified as rewriter of a wrong, to make it right, you enrich the condition, to make them understand that whatever you're saying is in line with the success points established by you, will not be acceptable to them. You have to draw the best out of others to make the system work better, suiting to the project, suiting to the mission, suiting to the game, suiting to the match, suiting to the system required. Maybe you have to convince the teammates. You have to pick and choose the right people to do the right job. As said earlier in fact number 2, the people who are good at those things will be in charge of those things. When you will relinquish the control. So, you have to evolve a method, a plan. Somewhere you might have to relinquish the control. You might have to give the control to the third level leader. But again, to make it success, to draw best out of others, you have to do it. Once it is done, once it is established, you come out as a true proven leader. Nobody can stop you. But to ensure this, the fourth element, you have to intuitively understand these factors of team management. Intuition. Point number 1, that was the point which I left as point number 5 out of 5. Some people gave me the feedback for that. I'm happy. You have to intuitively understand. Who is who? Above the line, on the line, and below the line. Who are the people below the line to be brought on the line? Who are the people on the line to be taken down the line without hurting their sentiments, their respect? Who are the things to be brought before time into the system? What is the expense to be deferred or advanced? What is the speed of a particular production system to be organized or reorganized, augmented or slowed down? The other day I was sitting in a factory where I worked once. It was rather my first job, sports JCB. I was sitting with the union leader. He happens to be a very good friend of mine. Actually, I appointed him when I was there way back in 1979. Somebody was talking, we have to increase the production, what should we do? He asked me, Molly, what to do? I said, what is the methodology of production? So everything is on conveyor. I simply said, what is the timing? You increase the time cycle by a few minutes, a few seconds. Automatic production will increase. And he did try it. He tried with 2 minutes, augmenting the speed of the conveyors. And production was jacked up by more than 10%. For them it was wrong. But he believed in me. He did it. That way, you have to work with your intuitive power. For the person to whom you're going to tell, ask, is going to take it or leave it, agree or disagree with it, work on it or not work on it. So, righting a wrong and reaching a condition, drawing best out of other, and using intuitive power to align all these three is the key to this particular point. Only then your service will be accepted. Your servantship will be regarded. Otherwise, you very well know, when you can do this professionally, as a true leader, you should be there for your team members or team leads. Because without you, they cannot do it. They're doing it because you have put them on the path. They are able to achieve it because you have empowered them. You've enlightened them. You have to be with them. Not only physically, professionally, but intuitively. During that process, they may do something beyond expectation, positive or negative. Something may go wrong. Something may go good. But you should be there to pat their backs, encourage them. Give them best of comments, best of recognition. When some of your team members are not able to perform so well, never ever shift the blame. Sometimes, inadvertently, it happens that person shifts the blame to always assume the responsibility. Always assume the responsibility whenever they do something inefficiently, wrongly, underperform. This is where the true leadership trait comes in picture. Whenever they perform up to the mark, never ever absorb their accolades. Generally, when you become selfish, when you become mean, generally people do it. Generally leaders do it. But that has got a far-reaching impact. The return might not come back. The recoil might not come back immediately. Maybe after 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, even after 1 year. It's the same. What goes around, that comes around. Always deflected. Never ever absorb the accolades of a good performer. Always deflected. And give the due credit to your teammates and team leads. At right time, due time. Don't delay it. If you delay that, that will be useless. Your teammates, your team leads, your colleagues, your vendors, your service providers should look upon you as a centered, strong person who has got managerial courage, the mettle, the leadership mettle. You have to be direct and firm, yet compassionate when it comes to telling the team members the difficult truth. Difficult truth is loss of time, loss of money, loss of project, loss of reward, loss of earning, maybe even loss of job. Never ever shy away from the brutal facts of reality with your bosses or superiors, and at times, if required, to the board of directors. If you are a managing director or a president, you are subjected to give a review to your board of directors. It depends upon the ability, the position. But again, when you have evolved, accepted, adopted, understood the factor of being servant, how does it make a difference if you are a managing director or a president or a vice president? You cannot call yourself a servant. You're still a servant. You are still a servant. You're always a servant. At least for you yourself, you are a servant. So keep it in mind. To have it, to achieve it, to make it, always own the losses. It's my bad. It's my failure. It's my overlook. I did not foresee it. I'm sorry. And share the wins and handle the rest with dignity and honor. Service with dignity and honor is always accounted for. The factor, the element, the strength called as service is the key to every success. Is the key to every project successful completion. Is the key to qualifying any examination. Is the key to winning any match. Is the key to any learning. If you learn to serve, first to yourself, then to others in various quarters, on various aspects of life. The success is guaranteed. Believe me, I've learned it at a very later stage of my life. But I'm enjoying it. Always be there to serve with a feeling of service. When you have the feeling of service in your heart will be full of a sense of leadership. Because you'll be selfless, you'll be approachable, you'll be affable, you will be amiable. Anybody would like to come to you and present himself like this as a natural human being. He will call you, she will call you the master, the guide, the mentor. Try it. Try it. Be a good servant, not a pushover. Pushover can give you some reasons to smile because of the wrong attitude and bad ego. But at the end, it makes you to cry. Even your son, your father, your wife, your children, your relatives will start avoiding you if you kill the element of service from your character. So brothers, sisters, friends, and my dear children, evolve this element of strength in your character to become a successful leader. I'm raising both the fingers. Be a good servant, not a pusher. The way you do it, automatically the positivity will start falling in place to make you a true successful leader. With this, I conclude this point, number 5, and episode number 5, which has become very long, but it was required. I'm sure you'll agree with me. I would again request you to have a look at it, watch it for 2 times minimum and listen to it. Write down the points, the notes, repeat them, revise them, make a video of your own, talk, deliver, express, send it to me, send it to your friends, send it to your peers, send it to your family members. Don't shy. You cannot please anybody and everybody. In 1 month, if you are able to make one person your student, your disciple, your friend, your peer, you made it. 10 to 12 people in a year. Next year it will be 100 to 200 people. Year after that it will be 1,000 to 2,000. And year after that it can be 1 lakh to 1 million. Not my words. Element of service is the leader, is the boss, is the ultimate point. You lose it, everything is lost. Thank you very much. Let's move to the next episode, the next point number 6 and episode 6 tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye. Do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And send me videos. I have to learn. I have to refine myself. You are the best. Hello friends. After finishing episode 5, I told you that the service factor is the key factor for any leadership. Most of the people forget when they become leader. I become leader, why should I serve now? Let the people serve me. The point 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From down to up has given rise to point number 6. After being part of the team, not one of them, maintaining the protocol after being tough and not mean, after controlling everything and still letting it go. Always face the constraints, but don't limit yourself. And be a servant, not a pushover. When you are able to imbibe these 5 elements of leadership, which we have discussed as paradoxes, because most of the people take them as paradox because of false ego, half knowledge. Learned people have said half knowledge is very dangerous. People become leaders, managers, senior managers, proprietors, entrepreneurs by virtue of their luck. I would call it luck. Because there is always 80% luck, 20% rest everything else. But the true leaders, 20% is luck, 80% is rest everything. When we are able to imbibe, institute, implement, understand, and practice all the 5 earlier factors and elements of good human being, they start becoming true leaders. They come to know so many things of various aspects of life, may it be professional, personal, social. So that is the point where another problem percolates down. Arrogance, bad attitude, misunderstanding of things, in turn misunderstanding the people. So the point number 6 says, must know, must know. The more you learn, the less you know. If you are able to understand this, the more you learn, the less you know, will make you a perfect human being. Your intelligence, your courage, your creativity, your intuitive power, your good heart with feelings and essence of leadership will work properly only when you become a down-to-earth person, having a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, but still say, you know less. You've yet to learn a lot, which will pull down so many things, making you approachable, affable, reachable, amiable, amicable, and enviable also. As a true leader, you should be a lifelong learner. Who doesn't believe that he has arrived? Means the learning, the success, the respect, the growth doesn't go to his head. He announces his arrival. He wants somebody to announce his arrival. He should be there. His aura should project his presence. People should talk about him. Success should speak loud about him. He should not say that I have arrived. You should know that you can learn something from anyone. true learner always believe that they can learn from a child also. They can learn from a workman, they can learn from a craftsman, they can learn from a rickshaw puller, they can learn from a driver, they can learn from anybody. Because everybody is blessed with something which is very precious. The only thing is, we have to hear, we have to see, we have to understand. It will happen only when you have got intelligence, intellect, courage to be amongst the people when people say, no, they're not of my level. Maybe above the line, on the line, or below the line. People below the line will say, above the line is not of my level. On the line is reachable but difficult. But above the line is far away. People on the line will say, I cannot go below the line. It's difficult to go above the line, but I'll try. But people above the line, on the top, will always say, they are useless people. They should come. Why should I go there? But they will not find any kind of contributive human being or person who can support them, render their support at the time of need. They might not need money, but they need different kinds of support, moral support, mental support, academic support, human support. Because they generally project that they know much more, they don't need anything. Some people say, don't try to teach me, I know everything. That is the end of the story. It means he knows nothing, he stopped learning. He's become a stone. And to make it, you should also have enough confidence to own your shortcomings, to be vulnerable to growth. Because shortcomings are the elements of life, character, or profession, or education, or a process, or a learning, or anything which are very vulnerable. They can kill the entire project, they can kill the entire hard work, they can kill the entire plan. The growth is far distance thing. If you want to ensure the growth, you have to own your shortcomings. You accept that you are wrong somewhere. You don't know. You've yet to learn. You must always have a desire to be great ambassador of precision, accuracy, efficiency, with due respect and peace. With due respect and peace. You should always have desire to be precise, accurate, efficient, but not at the cost of respect and peace. Means be tough, but don't be mean. Control everything, but let it go also. Be with the people of your team, but don't be one of them. Only then you can ensure this respect and peace. Anything earned without respect and peace is useless, troublesome, killing. It will take you to the hospital. It will make you to become an animal. It means, yes, it means, it evolves a situation. Being a well-rounded and becoming proficient in those parts of those managerial roles or leadership roles that would work outside of being a manager, leader, or a master. As a true leader, you should be addicted to hunt. This is another aspect of leadership. A good leader should be a good hunter. Generally, people become huntsmen. No. You should be a good hunter. You should be addicted to hunt, to find new and better ways of handling a team and the work or a project from time to time, ensuring respect, peace, prosperity, and growth, not only for the company, institute, place, project, but also every team member, including you. You should be continuously hunt for good people. You should continuously hunt for good suppliers. You should continuously hunt for good service providers. You should continuously hunt for good people who are useful to the particular cause, project, or mission. You should continuously hunt for good people who are there to support your people. You should continuously hunt for ways and methods to save money, save time, enhance the quality, ensure the timely completion of projects. That is your work. That is your job as a leader. Not only shouting, commanding, talking silly, wasting time, ridiculing people, underestimating, overestimating yourself. So, the point number 6, to summarize, I would like to say, must know. The more you learn, the less you. If you have this formula fixed in your mind, you'll be a very good hunter to hunt things for yourself, for your team, for your project, for your mission, for your game. Half the money earned by the people is spent on games. One football match, one cricket match, one hockey match cost millions to the organizers. People spend a big part of their earning on that particular week or month to go for that match. People spend a lot of time before watching, thinking about it, while watching, enjoying it, after watching, discussing it. When the time is devoted to a particular aspect or a particular subject, money is also devoted. Mind is also devoted. Soul is also devoted. So, on the whole, the moment you say, I know everything, mind you, you are finished. You have become a stone. I'm repeating, you have become a stone. Remain a human being. Very, very learned people. Very, very highly learned people. I'm nothing. I've said, I have yet to learn a lot. One life is not enough to learn everything. I'm finding it very, very joyous to work on this particular project, this series. I've been working all through my life, right from July 1978. Now you can imagine how many years. It is April 2022. 22 and 22, 44 years. I've been very happy, very contented, blessed to be with the people who are real leaders, mavericks. Yes, I remember this word. My mentor used to call me maverick. You should be a maverick. A maverick is a person in aviation who can fly in any condition, any weather condition. Who never says no to a flight. Come whatsoever it may be. Then comes the Sky Master. That's a different subject. We'll talk sometime else. So, for today, at this time, I will conclude point number 6 and say again, must know that more you learn, say less I know. People will come after you, come for you, make you great, follow you, support you, make things happen for you. They will make you a leader God never comes himself. He comes in shape of people to make you or break you. If you have been able to institute all the 5 points said earlier and have started practicing this, point number 6, believe me, at whatever age you are, at whatever place you are, at whatever position you are, 300 days from here off, keep on practicing. People will present you with a cap of maverick, true leader, best manager. Success will fall in your feet. कामयाबी तुम्हारे कदम चूमेगी, कोई नहीं रोक सकता. Now I conclude point number 6 and episode 6 to move to point number 7 and episode 7 tomorrow. Till then, listen, understand, write, evolve, record, send it to people, send it to me, and reinforce yourself to the path of becoming the best leader. We can make it. You can make it. You are the best. I am nobody. I am nothing. I am learning. Refine my mind. Make me to learn more. Send me your comments, your remarks, your feedbacks. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Till then, goodbye. Namaskar. Pranam. Act without reacting. Speak without responding. Just wait and watch. In my experience, I call it put problem into your problem. It will be solved automatically. Man, kill me with love. But don't shout, don't show me your attitude. Namaskar, Kumar, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Good morning, my dear friends, parents, and dear children. I'm back again with you with 7th episode and 7th point of my series, Paradoxes of Leadership. Till now, we have talked over 6 points. Each and every point is very remarkable. You must have seen it, and I can feel from the responses you are giving. Really good. Some people are indeed having a very deep connectivity with the subject. We are giving very good remarks, very good comments. Some people have even made some videos. Great. I'm very much elated and happy that my effort is giving some benefit to the viewer and the listener. Some people say they don't have time to see the video, they are listening only. Some people are watching the videos also. Anyway, the purpose is served. Just listen once, we'll certainly see the video. Because seeing would render some additional information via slides which I'm putting. It's nothing much more, but yes, something is better than nothing. Now let's come back to point number 7. This is also a paradox, contradictory statement. Point number 7. Always speak without responding and act without reacting. See? Speak without responding. Somebody puts you a question, a remark, a view, and I'm telling you to speak to that person without responding. How it is possible? But yes, in the leadership trait, this is possible. This is the only way to put your leadership to somebody. Act without reacting. Speak without responding, act without reacting. How paradoxical. But again, I'm saying this is the basic. If we look back to all the 6 points from 1 to 6, if we have immersed ourselves in all the 6 points deeply, this situation will automatically come up. You will start speaking without responding. You will start acting without reacting. It's obvious. When you've learned to be with people and not be with one of them, when you've learned to be tough and not mean, when you've learned to control, but you have let it go also, relinquished it, when you've learned to fight with the constraints and convert that into an opportunity, when you have understood the basic of service and identified the necessity of being a servant, not a pushover. When you have learned to express that more you learn, less you have gained or obtained or acquired as knowledge, people should be there to talk for you, talk about you, your knowledge, your attitude, your expression, your control, your way of handling. People should say, where we generally stop thinking this man or this leader starts thinking therefrom. Then as a CEO of a company, in charge of a project, as a coach of a team, as a monitor of your class. See, from school to top professional position, you will always be sandwiched between people above you, with you, and below you, and often eccentric personalities. If you are in class as a monitor, your teachers, the students who like you and students who don't like you. When you are in a college, same situation, and in a team, there will be two groups of even teammates, your managers and your teammates. In the job, you, your subordinates, your logistic and supply chain, and your bosses and your appraisers, and often eccentric personalities. With my due apologies, if somebody is feeling bad with this word, nobody is eccentric. Situation makes him to call eccentric. Because these people are the people who are the basic testers, who are the basic critics, and then they are called eccentric. Eccentric means whose mind is away from the center. No hard feelings, please. But when we are coaching somebody, guiding somebody, teaching somebody, some words are automatically necessitated to be used. And this is one of that. When you are subjected to face the eccentric personalities, as a rule of the situation like this, there will be plenty of room for a drama. Because you are trying to say something, you are trying to right around, you are trying to address the condition, you are trying to draw more from less, you are trying to cut the time, you are trying to cut the cost, you are trying to get maximum for low cost, less cost, you are trying to speed up the production process. Some people will be hurt with that, they will be disturbed because they don't like it. It disturbs their mind, their system. They will start revolting, they will start objecting. Drama will be created. They will try to stop, they will try to halt. The first and foremost thing in this situation is you should have a calming effect on both above the line and below the line. If still somebody gets amped, disturbed about something, never ever mirror that behavior. As a leader, as an in charge, as a master, as a coach, you have to keep this in mind. This is what I said. Even established, celebrated leaders, after viewing and listening to this series, would find themselves lacking somewhere. Because the 6 points talked earlier, if imbibed, written, copied in your mind and brain, you will find that in this kind of situation, the leader gets amped first. He uses his authority to say something hard, to become tough, to get irritated, to use bad words, or to write some bad remarks in the dossier. Never mirror that behavior. Instead, just listen to that person and let that person give it out, whatever it is in his mind. Sometimes some people are tough. They don't give out so easily. They want some pampering. They want some kind of push. They want some kind of pitching, kicking. But here you are supposed and have to use intuitive strength. This intuitive strength will hold you and make you understand that reacting to the situation would mess up the whole situation. Once lost in this situation, it will be very difficult to revive. Because one person lost from the one particular instance is going to impact to a great extent time, money, quality, peace, respect, so many things. You have to keep cool. If I recall in the recent past, we had a cricketer who is called Mr. Cool, Captain Cool. Can you name him? Yes, name him. Okay. He's none other than Mahendra Singh Dhoni. He started in just 2005. And by 2015, he was world's number one cricketer. He was India's best captain. Achieved so many accolades. Won so many trophies. India became world champion 2 times. Still, cricket board is not leaving him. Every teammate was his fan. People were giving their best. Why? Because he never mirrored anybody's behavior. He never misused his authority. He never thrashed anybody, even in the room, dressing room, in the stands, or in the ground, even in the nets. He was the best friend of every teammate. But with his performance, he could set a protocol. The people, the teammates used to follow him, look up to him, watch him. This is what is called leadership. He did not belong to a big family. You must have seen in the movie, Build on Him. He belonged to a very, very low middle class family. His father was just a pump operator in some school or in some institution. But this dedication, devotion, sincerity, determination, he left railway's job, kept on following cricket. And once he became the hero. The rest is history. So we have to understand the fact that point number 7 says, always speak without responding and act without reacting. The better part of prudence is often do nothing and let the time play the role. We can achieve the paradox and understand its depth. You will say, as I am saying, the better part of prudence is often to do nothing. Let the time play the role. It happens when a peer or a subordinate said something derogatory or questionable to you, directly or indirectly, because he was upset. about something that happened during review of a success or a failure, it's obvious that you will be ticked, touched, or even disturbed. As I said, it generally happens. We are human beings. If we not train ourselves with all the 6 points mentioned earlier, discussed earlier, we'll be ticked, always will be touched, and in turn will be disturbed, and we generally react in this kind of a situation, which messes up the whole thing, whole process, whole product. To ensure your professional and personal respects, you should take a different and positive diplomatic track. Different and positive diplomatic track. Diplomatic. The word speaks diplomatic. Right side, left side, and neutral. Yes, no, sorry. You gave it, I got it, I forgot it. I am sorry. I gave it, you did not acknowledge, you forgot it, let it go. Let's do it again. Because you cannot afford to lose the man, the time, the system, the deadline. Man or woman in the team are the biggest assets. So you have to choose a positive and diplomatic track. As I said, yes, no, sorry. You should step back and make sure that all the facts you have reflected on what the person subjected you to the situation might be thinking. This is where intuition, intuitive power, heart filled with feeling of leadership, creativity, intelligence, and courage to come with this situation. Just patiently give it a day or two before reacting. Then you will see it will be resolved rationally without any problem. You should be an action-oriented leader, not prone to denial or putting things off because of fear. Your wisdom should be projected in your restraint. Act without reacting. Speak without responding. Just wait and watch. In my experience, I call it put problem into a problem. It will be solved automatically. And problem can never be put into a problem with shouting, arrogance, rigidity, rigidness. Generally in life you will face people, hurt people, not people. Man, kill me with love. But don't shout, don't show me your attitude. I can be the first person. But if you want anything from me, be patient. Win me with love and affirmation. प्यार से मेरी जान ले ले भाई, अगर आंख दिखाई और आवाज ऊंची करी तो जान ले लेगी. Just wait and watch. You will be a winner. You will win that situation. But additionally, don't forget, you have to be an action-oriented leader. You have to understand in advance, evolve the thoughts, what the other person is thinking, mitigate the situation with your cool, calm. Yes, once you have achieved the solution of a conflict, you should not take it easy. I'm sure that solution can only be achieved with some particular personality leadership traits you have got. If you don't have, you should start working on it, and if you have it and forgot, brush it up. Renew it. Let me remind you, you should be an action-oriented leader. Action-oriented speaks a big story behind it. Action orientation. Action orientation means far-sightedness, full-sightedness, intuitiveness, cleverness, fast, quick, active, passive. Yes, passive also. To understand somebody's passiveness, you have to evaluate the situation and use your mental dipstick to measure the passiveness on the other side. The negativity on the other side. You have to be active. You have to be fast. As I said earlier, people will call you true leader, the best leader, when they start talking about you, your action orientation. We stop thinking. We cease to think. We start this thinking. It happens only when you're action oriented. Not prone to denial or putting things off because of fear. Your wisdom should be projected in your restraint. Are you getting what I'm saying? Not prone to the denial or putting up the things. Because of fear of your wisdom should be projected in your restraint. You step back to control the situation. You relinquished. It should not be projected like that, that you are weak. It should be projected as your strength, as your action orientation, as the solution provider, not a coward, not a runaway personality. If you can do this, right in time, with precision, accuracy, and efficiency, you will be able to cut the cycle time and accelerate conflict resolution by not forcing a situation prematurely. That is also very imperative, very important point. Premature solution can be very dangerous. Premature action can be very childish. You will be laughed upon. Nobody would like it. This is where 1 to 7, now put in one more in it, 1 to 7 points have to be immersed, printed in our mind, body and soul. The slightest oversight will render you an embarrassment that you've taken a premature decision, or given a premature comment. You've not handled it properly. And if you can do it, handling it properly, making things better for the team, for the project, this will turn out to be an empirical reason for your team to have an outstanding chemistry. They will do their best, they will put in their best, even if they have to go through the pain, physical, mental, professional, or even social. They will not mind doing their best to ensure the success, ensure the win. So, it has been very long on this point. I'm sure you will not mind it. You have enjoyed it. So I'm concluding part number 7 and episode 7 here. I would expect you to read it. I'm using the word read it. Why? When you will listen it carefully, see it carefully, and write it, then you will be able to read it. Para likha. Likha para. When you read and write, only then you are educated. Without writing, you cannot read, and without reading, you cannot rewrite and qualify the exam. So you please read it, what I have said. Again, give your comments as much as possible. Make videos. You're doing a wonderful job. 1 minute video, 5 minutes video, 10 minutes video. No matter, do it with your mobile phone. Keep on talking. When you're traveling, in the bus, in the train, in the metro, in the car, sitting in the park, sitting in your bedroom, you have to be passionate to become a leader. Once you have crossed these 7 skies of leadership, remember my words, mark my words, you will be a sought after person. At any age profile you are. There is always a new beginning. Please read your comments. Thank you very much for watching this long episode. Do like, share, and subscribe my channel. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Have a good time. Stay blessed. How can a person be confident and not humble? Your confidence with humility can do this wonder. Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Good morning. Now that we have covered 7 points in our 7 episodes, I know the episodes were longer than your expectations, but academics, if cut short, will lose the gravity, will lose its sense. Although I'm trying to make it as brief as possible, but sometimes we cannot cut something, and I'm sure you will appreciate it. Let us come to point number 8. Always be confident, yet humble. Another paradox. A leadership personality, a leader, a project in charge, a manager, a teacher, a monitor, the president of any association, general secretary of any association, any coach, any captain has to have confidence with lot of humility. Humbleness is a virtue which everybody is not blessed with. It has to be acquired. It has to be obtained. One has to acquire it if we don't have. But generally people, after becoming confident, they become overconfident. They become arrogant. They become snobbish. They become rigid. I know this. I know better than you. I know better than him. I can do better than anybody. Gone. Everything is gone. What he has learned. If you look back in all the 7 points, all the 7 elements of leadership render you confidence to be a leader. If I reiterate all the 7 points, it will be long. It will make the episode more longer. But I would like to say, if you have been able to understand, read it properly, understood it properly, imprinted in your mind, and made it part of your body, mind, and soul, making it a personality trait, nobody can stop you from becoming a true leader. Confidence and humility, the fusion of these two seemingly paradoxical or contradictory virtues that would make your team, your group of people, your college, your school, your organization, your company, as well as your own team, both empowering and unique. Your confidence with humility can do this wonder. If the leader, captain, project in charge, manager, CEO, business head, managing director, president does not have this virtue, he's bound to fail. I'm giving a shout to it. He's bound to fail. And you must have seen many people failing like that. They were very good people, they were very good in charge, they were very good technocrats, they were very good managers. Once they lost the humility, years, hard work, image lost. Sometimes it becomes so radical, so embarrassing. The person is constrained to leave that place. A person is made to leave that place. Without humility, nothing is possible. This is a fact that every team member is attracted to the confidence of a true leader. Not the kind of pop cultural bravos, which means nobody can do better than me, I'm the best. That is an overly brash statement and arrogance, rejected without any need, unnecessarily. that shows up in someone who speaks their mind with little consideration of others and tells us a good story, usually about themselves. Self-speakers, self-admirers, अपने लिए मित्र, that kind of a show is sure to be intriguing. The stories might be entertaining for a while, but eventually they wear thin and people see through the veneer to a poser who is trying to compensate for some insecurity. See? Anybody who will start brushing, start bragging, start speaking high of himself, it means he is feeling insecure. And a person who is not secure because of his own problems will start behaving like that. If anybody has been able to immerse himself, I'm saying the word again, immerse himself into all the 7 points discussed earlier in all 7 episodes, he will never do it like this. He will automatically become humble because he's learned to be with the people, still not be one of them. He has learned to be tough and not mean. He is always in control, but knows when to let it go. He knows how to convert the constraints into an opportunity. He has understood the meaning of being servant, not a pushover. He has been able to reject the wisdom by not showing that he knows everything. He still is a student. He always says. He's a learner. He has started responding without speaking. He has started acting without reacting. All these 7 stars on his shoulders, on his chest, on his forehead, these 7 stars make him special, renders confidence and automatic humbleness, humility. Nobody can win over him. He's always a winner. It reminds me of a real time, my own life story. Way back in 1980, yes, exactly 1980, I was working in the finance department of Scotch JCB with a gem of a person who had been and has been a mentor, Mr. Vinit Saxena. He was manager of finance and administration. He was one of the youngest managers in the history of Scotch. I think he was a gold medalist MBA in those days. And he was full-fledged manager at 25 or 26. But he was a wonderful man, God-gifted man, born leader. He taught me how to be humble. He rendered so much of confidence when I was working with him. Okay, let me come back to the point. One day, when after the office hours, I was about to go out, I was at the gate. And in those old days, the factory was far away from the city, almost 15 kilometers. There used to be hardly any mode of transport. We used to go by cycle or by public transport. But on that day, my cycle got punctured and I was just walking out of the gate and his car reached the gate. He asked me to come in because he knew that I had to go to a Scotch plant 1, where from I'll get my mode of transport to home. But he used to like me. He said, Annil. He used to call me Annil because he was from Bhopal. His accent was different. Annil, I give you a question to be answered in one word. Today, you're not going home. You're going with me to my home. Let's have dinner together. I'll get you dropped back. It was a pleasant surprise. There is a railway flyover after a Scotch JCB. The moment car started climbing the flyover, he put me the question. Annil, the question is, what is the biggest treasure of human being? You have to answer me in one word. And the time is till we reach Ashram Chowk. It means it was a 30 minutes drive in those days. There was not much of rush on the highway. So it's very simple. By the time we went down from the flyover, I said, sir, it's honesty. He said, no. I said, I thought if honesty is not the treasure, what is that? I started thinking. I said, discipline. He said, no. I said, trust. He said, no. I said, faith. He said, no. I said, concentration. He said, no. This way, car was running, time was passing. I could think of 8-9 words. By the time car reached almost Ashram, lost friends calling me. He said, you got only 2 minutes, Annil. You will lose her. No, I was bugged up. What kind of a person he is? I given him 9 options. He said, no. दिमाग की बत्ती जल गई. My mind was enlightened. When you are getting bugged up on your boss, your mentor, your coach, your best friend, you're losing temper. Why? He said, Anil, 30 seconds. I said, sir, it is temperament. He said, yes, 100% right. I give you full marks, less 10%. I said, why 10% less? He said, because you took 30 minutes almost and used 9 options, alternates. So you lost 10 numbers. So that way, he taught me how to keep cool, how to be humble. You might also have been subjected to this kind of situation in your life, by your teachers, by your parents, by your coach, by your mentor, by your guide. So my friends, professionally speaking, every peer and subordinates are drawn to truly authentic kind of confidence, often demonstrated in a quiet, calm resolve that is understood, yet powerfully present and fearless, the way my boss did with me. It is grounded in being overly prepared, extreme competent, and willing to risk big things on behalf of others. It can stand up to a lot of tension and flak. It can also sit back and make room for others to contribute. Humility makes us more accepting of ourselves and less judgmental of others. My boss taught me the humility. He was not judgmental. He was giving me room. He made me to sit back and think over it. And did the same thing also. How can a person be confident and not humble? Although it's paradoxical, but this is the name of the game, it's the key of the success. Yes, every team member, may it be above the line or below the line, both are drawn to humility of the leaders who have realistic awareness of their own limitations, insufficiencies, in the need of others. We need to understand the needs of others, which is a key part of humility, key part of being confident. Humility makes you more accepting of yourself and less judgmental of others. Once you become humble, you'll be more accepting, more understanding, more conforming, more realistic, and less judgmental. Because as a human being, as an experienced professional, as a true mature leader, you will be with them, being there as a leader, but not one of them, becoming less judgmental. In other words, true leaders or great managers are compassionately demanding. You are there with them, but not like one of them. That is why they continually raise the bar and ask a lot of their teammates, but with empathy and deep-seated appreciation for how hard the project or mission is. You have to be really humble to be a true leader. Without humility, all the 8 points are big zero. And with all these 8 points, you are a hero. You are a true leader. Again, I would say in this episode also, please read what I have said. What God has blessed me to say. I'm nothing. I'm nobody. I'm a big zero. I believe in God. He is giving me wisdom, patience, control, confidence, humility, sustenance, full connectivity with Him and the ground of the subject. Please read it. You will be able to read it when you will write it. You will be able to write it when you listen it carefully, watch it carefully. And careful watching and listening takes time. You have to do it more than one time. So my friends, make me to learn more. Teach me. Come back with your comments, remarks. Be a critic. But learn yourself out of that being a critic. I would very helpfully, very willfully welcome your comments. Let's conclude this episode here. Meet you again in episode 9 and point number 9 tomorrow. Please pardon me for this long episode. It's imperative. I can't help it. Just imagine if I miss out few lines out of it, few moments out of it. Don't you think that it will lose its sense, its gravity, its force? So, thank you very much for giving your valuable time. See you again tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. Stay blessed. Have a good time. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. On the left side of the screen, there is this logo. Just press it with the arrow. It will be subscribed automatically. Like and share. You have to do it yourself. Going to the video. Please do it. It encourages me. It helps me to be there at all times with full force and energy. Thank you. Bye-bye. Namaskar, Kumar. Sat Sri Akal, Adab. Good morning. How are you today? Now that we have completed 8 points and 8 episodes of a series of paradoxes of leadership, we have reached point number 9. This point is almost can be called as crux of all the 8 previous points. It says, always have confident humility in actions. Confident humility in actions. If you try to go deep into this sentence, it automatically brings out all the 8 points, one by one. The confidence comes when you do something what is being involved in all the 8 points. Humility will arrive when we assimilate all the points in actions, one after other, in our character and strengths, and way to work, way to express. These 2 words, confident humility, have been discussed in point number 8 also. Confident yet humble. And in my first episode, I said these 2 points look similar. But I said there is a vast difference between them. Yes. I would like to say humility makes us more accepting ourselves and makes us less judgmental. When we lose or leave or ignore or avoid humility, we become judgmental. And that judgmental habit leads to various kind of ifs and buts. Why and how, when and where. Those things are the things which can put our leadership in jeopardy. This leadership is a straight methodology. A very straight methodology. The moment we stop deflecting ourselves from leadership on this side or this side, leadership goes for a toss. If we go for an in-depth exploration of this point, we will find that as a true leader, you should always be there like a rock for your subordinates and team members. This is not only requisite, it is imperative to pat their backs whenever they do something good, whenever they perform good, whenever they put in some extra effort. It's not going to cost you, but it is going to hold a great value for those people, for all the teammates. You should always reflect the accolades they earn. Never ever overlook that. Never ever try to own and possess it or claim it. While doing this, you have to be very careful that you have to give them the space. When you are going with this kind of performance, and this kind of a speed, with this kind of velocity. I'm using the word velocity. Why? Because they gear up gradually and come into a particular pace. Then they need space. Because they might be thinking much away from your thought process. Your thought process and their thought process can be same on the same path, but path of achieving and conquering it can be different. You might be thinking that a particular job or particular game shall be played or accomplished or completed or done in a particular way. But they are on the job, they are in charge of those things and they are best at those things. Let them do. Give them space. And the most important is when you find them at that time that they're not going with the team culture. You have to have patience. Be watchful. That is where generally leaders or captains or coaches or guides loses their deep eye because of overconfidence, loss of humility, loss of full attention on multiple people, multiple points. Because if a leader is not a true leader with the leadership evolved out of experience over a period of time, keeping all the 8 points we discussed, he is bound to miss that. And that miss creates a massive problem. Not only for himself, but for the team, but for the institution, but for the organization, but for the place. And if it happens, you never forget to own your responsibility. It has happened with all of you. Don't pass on the blame. Own the failure. Because the player, the worker, the executive, the engineer, the teammate, if you have been able to find that he is a good player, good workman, good executive, good engineer, good performer, you have selected that person. No, he is your responsibility. He is a human being. You have inculcated all the 5 elements: intelligence, courage, creativity, humanity, and to feel a sense of leadership and ownership. But still they can miss any one of them. In wake of a particular stream, a flow, then your role comes in. You have to guide that. Sometimes the opponent will be more smarter or louder, or faithless, or irregular, or unethical. Because of that, you will lose. Your teammate will lose. In that instance, you have to be very careful. If you are a captain of a team, coach of a team, guide of a team in a playground, very difficult leadership. Then you will be leader of a team in a factory where things go straight in one way. Opponents are not there. All are followers. There is a playground, opponents are there. They have to win, 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 they have to win. This is the actual test of the captain or the coach. weakness, slightest overlook, slightest lack can make the things this way or that way. This is where the leader in this particular aspect of life has to be Superman. Superman. One word, Superman. Manager in a workshop or a shop floor, manager of a team of executives, the manager of a class can afford to be lazy, can afford to overlook something, can afford to miss something, but a manager of a game, team of a game, cannot do it. That will happen. That can be controlled when your confidence is passed on to your teammates. And the actions should be humble. You must have seen in the playground, a football match, a cricket match, a hockey match, the opponent becomes ruthless. And if the party on the other side becomes ruthless, it leads to a fight. Disqualification of those players or maybe disqualification of the team. If your teammates are not trained with confident humility in actions, your leadership goes at risk. So if they are failing, it means you are failing. You will fail when they will fail. So my friend, we are discussing leadership and its paradoxes. Paradoxes, confidence and humility are the two things which generally don't go together. They go side by side. You have to assimilate that. You must have seen in various games and matches, because everybody cannot get a chance to see a shop floor or a class or a college team. National and international teams and matches can be seen anywhere by anybody. And nowadays, because electronic media availability records are there, a split of second we get everything in our hand. Learn out of it. Look at it if you want to be a true leader. In such a situation, they would rally around you, they'll be teammates, if you are able to handle them, guide them, coach them, how to be confident, how to have confident humility in their action. They will rally around you because they trust your judgment and sense of fairness, even if your decision don't bend in their favor. Somebody has made some wrong decision or action, yellow card given or a shout given, he will go against you. Still, he is your friend. You are good with your superiors at times and stand up for them. There should always be scope of going the other way. Also to stop and remind you, whenever you make a mistake, you must own it. Great leaders. Great leaders are good at the art of apology. Great leaders are good at the art of apology. Call your teammates if you made a mistake. Repost a meeting. Maybe on lunch, maybe on dinner, maybe on some outing. As the situation warrants, your pocket permits, your time permits. When you think they can be more than they have become. They can be more than they have become. If they're underperforming, they can be better performers. If they're not performing, they're underproducing, they can be better producers. If they're not producing, this is where you have to be one to one with them. Not with their shouts, not with their anguish, not with their anger, not with their arrogance, but one to one, heart to heart, mind to mind. Believe me, this will do magic. This will do magic. Nothing to coach you on these things, but still, just a perfunctory conversation during the dinner, or the lunch, or the personal meeting, or at the drinks. As a captain, as a manager, as a vice president, as a CEO, as a managing director, or whatsoever position you hold at that time to your team or subordinates. A similar line, how are you doing? How are things going with you? Is all okay? Believe me, they'll be directly connected to you. The moment you see their body language, their eyes connected to you, and say, actually, what went wrong? How did it happen? Let us explore over the drinks now. Because you are my life. You are my pride. You are not only my teammates. You are not only my boys. You are my pride. These few words, an eye-to-eye connection, will certainly be magic. An hour or 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours of interaction. Try to talk with each one of them. You have to evolve a methodology to be connected to everyone. You might find it tough, but it's not tough if you have created good teammates. You will be able to identify the future leaders out of those 10, 12, 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And they have been connected to you with mind, body, and soul. Again, I'm saying all the previous points have to be kept in mind, always. You cannot overlook. We are discussing them as paradox because negative, critical things can be imprinted into mind very easily and for a long time. Because crisis management is the only management. Rest all is routine. This I say, and I have experienced and tested it. If you look back, yesterday, last week, last month, last year, or more than that, you'll find everything's are going like that. Sometimes you say, it's my Thomas. The moment there is a crisis, and you are able to handle and defend that crisis and win it over, you find something good has happened. I could make it. That makes your chest swell like this. Your head rise like this. Even in front of your children. Whereas they're not at all concerned with your official system of life. You can feel a power in your body for a few hours or a few days. You get a massive power. Sometimes you can feel your walk has changed, your talk has changed, your expression has changed. That is the point. You get confidence. That is the point. Humility has to be there. If it is not there, gone. And if you are humble, You've got humanity in your action because action speaks louder than words. During a personal meeting, a lunch or dinner party or a drinks party, if you've been able to talk with the people working with you, working for you, playing for you, you will find the next day when you are with the team back in your office or in the shop floor, on the playground or in the class, you must tell them straight on their faces, one to one, keeping eye-to-eye connection. Tell them they deserve better and apologized. Tell them, you guys are the best. The problem was on me, fellows. The problem was on me. No excuses. The problem was on me. I'm not going to give any kind of self-justification to this statement. Just an unconditional respect for your teammates would highlight the blind spots and come clean. Mind you, this attitude of treating your teammates like people is owning your mistakes and making amends is wonders. Surely, it sends a powerful signal about unity and how much you care for them. Humility owns mistakes and practices the art of apology. I repeat, great leaders are good at the art of apology. Great leaders are good at the art of apology. Apology at times is not required to be uttered from your word of mouth. An action can express a massive apologetic action. A single word of oneness can generate a massive aura of apology. You would have learned. If not, look back at all the points. All the 8 points we discussed in the last 8 days. Believe me, you are a very good leader. You are a very good master. You are a very good coach. You are a very good captain. You are a very good manager. But you will become super leader, super manager, super coach, super teacher, super monitor. The kind of elation and pride you will have cannot be expressed in words either by me, nor by you, nor by anybody else. Confident humility in your actions. Now we discuss on this particular aspect of leadership or paradox of leadership to make it more clearer. Because this is the crux of all the points. It needs more time to be taught. It needs more time to be looked into. And I'm sure you will agree with me. Unwarranted confidence or confidence expressed at the wrong time. Right time or wrong time. Right place or wrong place. Makes a huge difference. Unwarranted confidence or confidence expressed at the wrong time, in the wrong place, to the wrong audience, can cross the line into arrogance. Entire effort finished. Entire hard work finished. And on the other hand, too much humility Too much humility can border on self-application, on belittling or undervaluing what you are or your team is capable of achieving. Too much humility is also dangerous. One is to learn the art of balancing it. It can be deprecating. Once you get to that point, you're again then finished. And unwarranted confidence and too much humility both are dangerous. Self-importance and self-deprecation are simply different sides of the same coin. We call it self-indulgence. And self-indulgence disrupts team unity. Unwarranted confidence expression over humility creates a different kind of self-indulgence, which is very dangerous, can kill the team unity. We talk about team chemistry and say it is important. There must be a unique blend of confidence and humility. Unique blend of confidence and humility. And that uniqueness is evolved, is made, is created out of the 5 elements utilized together. Discussed in point number 1. You have to be a good human being, educated, trained, intelligent, creative, intuitive, and good at heart. I've said 6 of them. See, things start working by its own, on its own. Let's look at the following points, explaining the balance. Because confident humility is evolved out of a unique blend of confidence and humility. And to evolve a unique blend, there has to be balance of both of them. And to understand it, we have to discuss the points which are empirically required to make it happen. Point number 1, please write down. Point number 1, be confident enough to have a little swagger to stop, but humble enough to know that you didn't get here by yourself. You get what I'm saying? You didn't get here by yourself. It was your professional persona. It was your trained persona. It was your leadership skill which has brought you here. Not on yourself. If you had not been trained, exposed, and educated to be a leader, you would have been somewhere else. You've been brought in because of that. Again, all the 8 points. I'm referring to all the 8 points repeatedly because those are very important. Those are the makers and the builders. Number 2, be confident enough to know that you did and can do it again to stop, but humble enough to never think you were right. See the similar lines, similar words in both the points. Point number 1 and point number 2. It's a difference. That is direct, this is indirect. That is confidence, this is humility. You have to show the confidence in point number 1. But in this, you have to show the humility. This will come out of a lot of practice, a lot of experience. And believe me, nowadays, the young generation has started just reading and listening. They seldom write. Not a connection between hand and mind and eyes and ears. A when we write with a pen on a paper, all the senses get connected to it. Our eyes, our ears, our hand, our brain, our touch. Things get absorbed in a much better way than writing on an electronic notebook. That is why people find it difficult when they are put to actual tests in the places of work. So please write it down. Whatever I'm saying, read it. I said this earlier also. Read it. Not listen, but read it. And you read it when you will write it. After looking at the video, after listening to the video, or while looking and listening to the video, write it. And after that, read it. And come back on your own in comparison to my talk. Believe me, you will come up with better points, finer points, better talk, better delivery, better expression. That's what I want. That's what my teacher has taught me. What the prince says, be confident to face an opponent from the position of strength. From the position of strength. That is actual game point. That is actual competition point. That is actual crisis management. But be humble to realize that you can never learn enough about him. Because he is there on that spot of competition, on that spot of problem. For the first time, spontaneously. You don't get time to learn about him. It may be for 1 hour, maybe for 2 hours. Project may be for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. In any project, a problem-making person or a problem-making system comes up suddenly and gets gone. By the time you are able to understand how, where from it has come, that thing is gone. So you have to be ready, willing, and able, all the three together. So many people are ready. Few people are ready and willing. And very few people are ready, willing, and able. Most of the leaders say, I'm ready to do it. Willingness is hardly 50%. With 50% of willingness, how can we create an ability to perform 100%? 100% readiness, 100% willingness, and 100% ability. Only then you can be a leader or a competitor or an accomplisher or a doer. 1% less, battle lost, winning lost, project lost, time lost. That is why it was said in the point earlier, a true leader has to be a continuous hunter, ensuring the win, ensuring the best result, ensuring the success, not only for his team, but also for his company and for himself. Only then you will be able to come to know about the person who's going to challenge you from a position of strength. And most of the people from a position of strength can only be handled with humility, not with arrogance, not with a shout, not with a bad face, not with a perking eye. No. Humility. Because he is also a human being. You are also a human being. And a person from a position of strength, 9 out of 10 would be senior to you, senior to the leader of that particular situation. He also has got his own vices and problems. But he is looking for a humble person to contain the things and get the best. So, confident humility in action can ensure the results desired by the particular time. Number 4, be confident enough to stay focused when it is time to get down to business. But be humble enough to take time for juniors or apprentices or trainees or students to be gracious who wants to learn from you. You are a teacher, you are a mentor, you are a guide, you are a leader, as long as you are training the juniors, educating the juniors. The moment you stop it, you are no more a leader. You become louder. He speaks more, works more. He talks more, works less. He expresses more, has no affection, no affirmation. Continuous teaching, continuous education to the juniors can render you continuous leadership. Focused when it is time to get to the business. You cannot forget to be humble enough to take time for your juniors to be trained, to be educated. Really want to learn from you. You are a leader for the leaders. When you educate, train leaders who will become leaders following you, they will make you leader. The people, the boys, the girls, the teammates who are there that don't have the kind of leadership concept, interest or quotient with them, they come and go. They don't make you leader. You cannot be called as a leader by the people for them. You will be called, treated, and respected as a leader for the leaders. It's a different aspect. It's not a paradox. But if taken critically, it is also a paradox. We can discuss it later on. Let's come to point number 5. Be confident enough to call someone who is getting done. Getting done means who is getting tired, who is losing faith, losing hope, losing energy. Call him, ask him, energize him, charge him. He will be a leader someday. You will be a leader, but he will be a leader with current life. You will be a leader with a past life. The audience, the public, the appraisers, watching, looking, appraising. You can be one of the appraisers. You can be one of the people checking and testing you. But applause will come to him, not to you. And if you have not been humble at that time, you will find yourself isolated by him at that particular point. So humility plays a big role at every step. Confident humility in your actions. Point number 6 says, be confident to know that you have earned the right to be there. But humble enough to realize that you will never arrive. Repetition. Said earlier in this part of the mind, again repeated because it is required, it is imperative. The moment you become arrogant, haughty, egoistic, pushover, you start doing this. You have to avoid all this. You own the right to be here because of your hard work, your ready, willing, and ability to do it. But still, you have to be humble enough to realize that you never arrived. There's still a long way to go. Only then people will follow you. Only then people will run really along. Only then people will trust you. The moment you say, I am enough. I am here. You have to follow me. I am the best. People will stop ignoring you, avoiding you. Stop listening to you. You have to earn it. constantly being there, each being only busy, each being only buys you an admission ticket to play another day. Understood? Every time you earn to be there, ensure you to be there again in that particular project, in that particular class, in that particular game, in that particular mission. You must have seen in your life captains of teams, the moment you become arrogant, they're not there in the next game. The project in charge, who started becoming arrogant, they're not there for the next project. Leadership is really a black and white, one size fits all kind of endeavor. One size fits all kind of endeavor in black and white. Very important line. Usually, people go by this. This is paradoxical. Next point, we will talk about it. One reason emotional intelligence has gained so much traction over the last few years, it's because of leadership's complex. There is a paradox to be navigated, and emotionally intelligent leaders understand that one size doesn't fit at all. Contradiction in the whole statement, both lines. Generally, leaders think that I have got one solution to everything. The methodology works everywhere. But actually it is not working. It is by virtue of your own destiny and luck it is working. Seemingly it's working, but actually it is not working. You will be flabbergasted to see a very younger and junior person coming in front of you as a better leader, better performer, better solution provider. Because you are stuck with your own ego, with your own arrogance, with your own overconfidence. Take a moment, ask yourself, can I live between two opposite ways of leading when both are effective? Two opposite ways of leading when both are effective. Maneuvering between these two situations. Am I agile? How well do I navigate the paradox? Understand literally first, then think practically. You'll be baffled. Think both. And versus either or. Believe me, mind will be blown. Here, readiness, willingness, and ability. If you're lacking ability, you will not be able to think about it. If you're lacking willingness, you will not be able to understand it. And if you're not ready, you will not look at it. Readiness, willingness, and ability renders you confident humility in your actions, which will make you to understand this. Increasing your mental flexibility to find a wider range of options when managing a conflict, solving problems, and inspiring others require a high level of unselfishness and a willingness to give the situation what it needs, not just what you are comfortable with. Readiness, willingness, and ability. You will be able to find your ability to do something when you are unselfish, when you are able to inspire others. And ability comes out of willingness and readiness. Many people will say readiness and willingness are the same thing. No. They're two different words. Last but not the least, leadership would have been easy if it weren't for the people. Because people are the leaders, followers are the leaders. Students become scholars, scholars become professors, professors become researchers, and somewhere on all these positions in between turn out to be leaders. So that is why it's difficult to do leadership with the people. But where else we can do leadership? If we start leading herds of animals, yes, we are leaders as cowboys, as huntsmen, as ringleaders in a circus, but not a leader. So, my friend, we have discussed point number 9 and found it completely perfect to be complete leaders. Although it has been a very long episode, but it was required. I will request you to read it, read it, read it, and announce it to me, announce it to yourself, announce it to your peers, announce it to your friends, announce it to your brothers, sisters, family members. They will clap at your expression. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours is going to give you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years of happiness. Practice it, do it. Make a video, share with your people, send it to me, put it on the YouTube. Let the people see. Let the people give comments. Forget about whatever they say. Pick and choose the best suited for you. You will become a fabulous leader one day. Thank you very much for watching my episode, listening to it, and I would like you to read it out to me. Let's meet with the point number 10 in last episode tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. Have a good time. Stay blessed. Thank you very much. Hello friends, Namaskar, Pranam, Sat Sri Akal, Adab, good morning. Now that we have completed 9 points in 9 episodes of our series, Paradox of Leadership, finally we have reached point number 10 and episode 10. With this, we come to an end of the end of our series Paradox of Leadership. We've discussed all the points in detail. I'm actually grateful to you people for giving me so much of time, attention, and response. This effort of mine is giving me satisfaction, but it will give me elation, pride, when you will be satisfied. You will write that you are satisfied. You will write, Mr. Bali, you are wrong here. You could have done better. My chest will swell with pride. That people are much better there than me. Actually, I'm nothing. You people are extremely intelligent. Extremely intelligent. I have to learn from you all. Do it. Make me learn more. I'm an avid learner and a very humble student. Would love to learn till my last breath. Because learning is an ongoing, continuous process. It is endless for lives together. So my friend, my dear children, my patrons, my colleagues, my humble regards to you all. Do Pass it on to your friends, family, and relatives. And give me your feedback. Tell them to give their feedback. I would love it. I'm waiting for it, eagerly waiting for it. And people who are not finding it convenient to see and hear it and listen it in English, I've made it in Hindi also. Have a look at it. Pass it on to them. Let us start. A moment. I'll wait for 100 days to get the responses. Let us see what is there for me in the store with the God, with the Almighty, with the Big Boss. I'm taking leave from you people, trying to prepare for another series. Till the time, keep reading my videos. I always say, keep reading my videos. When you will read, you will write, you will write, you will say, you will talk. Without reading, talks are not impactful. Do it, do it, do it. Thank you very much. Stay blessed, have good time. Have good health, have all the wealth of happiness, money, and pride. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Om Shanti.